Hi, so today I'm going to review this book. This is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This copy that I got that was into my iPad or an ebook form I got from the publishers Orion via NetGalley, so thank you so much. And yeah, I read it and I'm going to review it for you, so here we go. So Red Queen is basically like a dystopian fantasy book, young adult book, in a world where everyone or the people are separated by the type of blood that they have. So you either have red blood and you're the commoner, or you know, like the like lower down class, and you work for the government and are regulated and controlled by the government. And the other side of things is if you have silver blood, and those are the government and also the people who are more elite, and also if you're in one of the higher families, then you have, or you're very likely to have, abilities. And it's kind of like X-Men style abilities, like you either can control water, or can control fire, or you can maybe move metal. This story is from the perspective of a red blood named Mare Barrow, and she is seemingly not very special, just a regular old red blood, and she's going to be going into the army because if you turn 18 and you aren't apprenticed or don't have a job or something to do, then you have to be conscripted into the army. You don't have a choice. So she's going to the army, but then some things happen and lots of craziness happens and lots of secrets get revealed and lots of secrets have to be kept and, you know, that kind of thing. So that's the basic premise of the book. The things that I liked about it, first of all, the world is amazing. I love it so much. It has so much potential. It's so cool. I like the way that it's very simply set up, you know, red blood, silver blood, and they kind of hinted at how the rest of the continent or the world that they're on is like made up, how it's sort of set up. And I also really love the abilities. They are so cool, so amazing. It is so like awesome to see and so awesome to like have it be. It's almost like X-Men, but like the X-Men people are like in charge and they're not nice. I also like the writing style. It was really easy to read and really easy to just speed through. It's one of those books that you can finish really quickly, and it's fast-paced. It does have its slower periods, but for the most part it's pretty fast-paced and lots of action. Now onto the things I didn't like. The first is the romance. The romance. I've heard some stuff about like the love triangle and the romance in this book, and let me tell you, it was not great. It just kind of wasn't there. Like, there wasn't chemistry, wasn't heat, wasn't tension, because there was no romantic interaction. No, like, heated moments, or barely any heated moments. Another thing I didn't like was there are lots of girls who don't like Mare for reasons, and there are also lots of villains who don't like Mare, the main character, for reasons. And there are reasons, but I just felt like they were so cliched, so predictable, just the reasons you would expect, and they were so just surface of things. No depth, no, like, it didn't feel weighty enough to provide a reason for the hate and for the actions that these people did. Another thing I didn't like is that Mare, the main character, complained a lot. I felt like there was a period of the book where she was just complaining all the time. Every interaction that she'd have with someone would have some complaining or some, like, her being judgmental, and she was right. Like, what she was complaining about, what she was being judgmental about, it was right. There were people dying, there were people going through terrible things, but somehow she managed to make me not care anymore about these really terrible things because she would not stop complaining. Like, it was too much. Every encounter she had some sort of complaint in it or some sort of judgment in it. Even if she wasn't saying it out loud, I was hearing it or reading it in her thoughts, and it just annoyed me so much. The last and probably the main thing that I didn't like about this book was that it was kind of cliched and very predictable. There wasn't a single thing that I didn't know was coming. The big twist that happens, I knew it. Like, I knew it like by page 100 or page 50 or something. I wasn't surprised by anything because it wasn't really surprising. It was exactly what I expected. Nothing at all. No, like, even the little twists didn't surprise me because I was like, that's gonna happen, that character's gonna do that, that's gonna happen in that part, this is how it's gonna end, and it all happened exactly how I thought it would. That's my review of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm giving it 2.5 out of 5. I would say a lot of people have said that it's very similar to Red Rising, and a lot of people have said that it's similar to The Selection and books like that, with like the selection with like an X-Men thing added in. And I do really love the world, so if you like that kind of book and you're okay with reading a book that's maybe going to be predictable or is not going to like offer you something new than those books did, then you can read this book. That's great. I hope you enjoy it if you do. But if you want something different, or you want something that's new and that isn't the same and that, I don't know, isn't completely predictable, then this probably isn't for you. But yeah, that's my review, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.